Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Cowboy Bebop. That's right, my name is Matt. Hello, what's up everyone? So, last time on Cowboy Bebop, what did we have? So, we had Brain Scratch, yes, the cult episode. The episode where, well, I actually really like how the dude, like how it spoke so much about his character, and it was just like a one-off thing, because that's like the main thing about Cowboy Bebop that's fantastic. It was so interesting as like a science fiction concept of someone that is kind of like BR transporting into the net and creating a persona there and trying to make other people get into that way of existing too, as a way of like self-acceptance. It's really interesting. So we're about to start episode 24, and I can see that there's this one and then 2 more episodes. 26 is the last one. So yeah, I don't know if this episode is going to be important, but next one for sure as hell is going to be. But yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to get into this final stretch of episodes of Cowboy Bebop. I'm excited, but I'm also like sad because I know it's gonna end, right? We're not gonna get to have like fun space cowboy adventures anymore. But yes, we're getting ready to start this episode 24. Check out the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below or at the pop up on the screen. You can watch the next 2 episode reactions already, so you can watch the end of the show, right? You can watch the end of Cowboy Bebop already over at the Patreon. And I should let you know, I don't think I'm going to be watching the movie, at least not right away. I know there is a movie. I'm probably not going to watch it right away because I have a lot on my plate for October, but I will probably get around watching it at some point, but it's not going to be right away. So if you want to join in the Patreon, know that I'm going to finish the 26 episodes, and that's probably going to be it. Okay, I think that's it for this intro. We may begin. So, Cowboy Bebop, episode 24. Let's go. Oh, the Faye video. She's watching it again. Oh. She's trying to remember something about it. Hi, Ed.
Do you know this place, Ed? I think I know. I don't think I know. Which is it?
Ed shows up and falls asleep immediately. Suffocate this kid.
How do we just get off course and... Huh?
The girls are gone.
What?
They're...
Away! Over here!
What?
Waterfall!
Ed? Ed?
Hey, look! I found Ed! Huh?
Oh.
So Edward is found?
Okay, none. Water none.
Is it you, Edward?
Is this Edward's, like, origin? Like, where Edward came from? Like, an orphanage where she was raised or something? Could be.
She wandered in about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Before I knew it, she was eating here as if that's the way it always was.
Like a
About
wild
3
animal.
years ago, she wandered away again, like a cat.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe Edward wanted to come here. Like, maybe she missed this place or something. Do
We
you?
just came here because there's good food, Fei Fei.
Oh my god, Ed. What's a hologram? Okay.
It's your father.
Huh?
Ed's father.
Came here looking for Ed about 2 months ago.
Okay.
He said he forgot that he put her in a daycare center and that he'd been looking for her for 7 years, hopping around the world. In this world, people must cherish whatever ties they have.
But do we trust this guy or not? That's the question. How does it feel? That's also another question. Oh, is this a place?
Are you Faye?
Hmm?
You are. Impossible.
Is this one of your friends?
I was in your graduating class in high school.
She is! Because it's been like 60 years. The people from that era should still be alive, just very old. Oh my god.
I thought you were some kind of ghost. You look just the same as before. They say they appear in places where they have regrets. Of course, I remember now. They put you into cryogenic hibernation after that accident.
What happened? What happened? Please, tell me!
You'll never believe it, dear.
Huh?
But the fact is that she's
A ghost from beyond.
Oh my god. She didn't get any answers. It's very interesting. How does she feel about this? God, this episode's really good. Immediately. Yo, we got double drama.
All right, you two. Changing course without asking. I don't appreciate these kinds of stunts, Faye.
That didn't look good. Oh my god, the way Edward's typing too is very slow. She never does that.
Maybe they're just too hungry, you know?
It's 50 million.
Oh, it's Sam! It's the dad!
Apple Dairy Sheenies
Oh
has some
boy. I mean, we don't know if that's her dad. We don't know anything about this guy.
It's McIntyre, and I'll take a pass, Mr. Appleberry.
We're learning about a lot about this guy.
Small stuff, my friend.
Yeah, this guy doesn't really care too much about things. Not in like a bad way, but in like a very scatterbrained way. Everything we know about him is dad. Do you remember something? Yeah? Is it a doctor? Okay. You were going out at the space. Oh! Oh, yeah! Was there the Moongate accident? Like, was she right there in transit when it happened?
Hey, watch where you're going.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
That's...
I have to go.
That's something that she would never say. That's concerning. What did she remember? Did she remember more than we just saw? Like, did she cause it or something? Okay, I'm overthinking.
I finally remember where it is that I belong. There's somewhere that you belong, Edward. You should go and find out where. Belonging is the very best thing there is.
This is gonna be a piece of cake. 50 million in the bag. If the girls could eat some sukiyaki with meat, then that should...
Faye took off again.
This guy loves sucking on eggs. Oh, they found them.
Who are you guys? We got work to do and you're in the way. How do you think we can regain peaceful peace and non-chaos in the cosmic sense? Only through maps. That's right.
Oh.
The Earth has changed, so we map those changes to understand them.
Oh, that is kind of a noble goal.
We chase down every major meteor. Then we update the maps, thus changing chaos to order.
I mean, I
All
guess.
right, I've heard enough.
Egg attack! Well, you wouldn't expect that shit. Oh, he's a good fighter. Holy fuck.
I wasn't expecting a map.
Holy shit! Holy fuck, this guy. How is this guy such a badass? What the fuck? Is that Ed? Hey. Sam.
Francoise!
Francois? Is that your name? What the?
Round and round we go.
Fucking. Oh my god.
This is the father person.
The father person.
Father? You have a father?
I guess.
Light person and jet person, okay? No, these are Ed's friends. I stay with them, okay?
Oh, that's different. Thanks for taking care of my son.
Son.
Was it my daughter?
Daughter. Doesn't matter, dude.
Either way, you guys are all right.
Alright.
Token of my appreciation.
You can get some eggs.
50.000000. Only 50 woolongs.
Oh.
Swaz, you want to stay with me now?
Oh, he said we're gonna be left behind. I mean, I left behind, but he said we're gonna stay here. We gotta go. Yeah, they gotta go. They said we're gonna go too. He said we're gonna stay. So we're gonna go. Where's Faye going to? That's also my question. Where's quote unquote the place she belongs? What used to be her house, maybe? Is it still standing? Yeah. Is the place still standing? Oh, I like that. The progression of time in her age. Well, we have X. What's that? Sure. Hard boiled. Where's the song? Oh my god, are they leaving? Is Edward leaving? Maybe Yang too. There might be. Oh boy. Is this gonna be goodbye?
Hey, dinner's ready.
Spike see them off.
Spike. Food.
Bye bye. Aww. No.
Can't come with me, Ein.
He can. He loves
Edward
you.
is going someplace far, far away. Ed might not be coming back. So you better go back to the ship, Ein.
No.
Oh.
You're Ein's best
You wanna
friend.
come with Ed?
Yeah. Man, I'm getting so emotional over this. They're gorging on eggs. They're eating the others' plates because they're starting to realize they're not gonna come back. Faye might not come back either.
Come on, let's go.
Goodbye. Oh. See you, cowgirl. Someday, somewhere. Okay, I was initially gonna go and get myself some food and then come back and do this, but I'm emotional enough right now that I have to do it right now, right? So, okay, that episode was pretty fucking good. It was one of the best episodes of the show so far, absolutely. Like, whenever we get an episode that's like meaningful, is when it hits you, right? And this episode was, it was about a place to belong to, really, for Faye and for Ed. And for Ein too, actually, because where do Ein belongs to? With Ed. So it also applies to him. Fuck, this entire ending sequence was just very emotional. Like, I'm like, rationally, why am I so getting emotional over this shit? And the answer is because we spend so much time just doing stupid shit with them, right? We spend so much time and so many dumb scenes with Edward just being silly, and I'm just sitting here like, fuck yes, Edward. So now when we hit the episode where Edward is like, I'm just gonna leave the show now, I'm just like out here sobbing because like this is like the Stardust Crusaders thing, right? Almost a little bit, you know? Like I've seen this in a couple shows already, but it's the idea of having a show where you introduce these characters and you spend so long just doing random stupid shit with them. And it really doesn't matter. Plot-wise, it doesn't matter. But it makes you attached to them. It makes you care for them. And then when you hit the ending, you're sitting here like, no, don't go. And that's absolutely where we are with Cowboy Bebop right now. And this might not be the only episode where this happens, because this is only episode 24. Like, I don't know. Fucking no, dude. Next episode, Jess gonna die. And then the episode after that, Spike is gonna die, and that's just gonna be the end of that. Dude, I miss Ed already. I really do. Well, okay, so trying to think about this logically, like this could be the best moment to, I want to say, get rid of Edward, but I don't want to sound mean. But from like a writing, storytelling perspective, like, I can see this, but like next episode is when shit gets like really serious for the next final 2 episodes, because it's a 2-parter. I can see the titles. I know it's a 2-parter, and since it's the final episodes of the show, I'm imagining they're gonna be like serious. Maybe we're gonna get vicious again. This might be the moment where you dispose of Ed, right? Because in the next 2 episodes, maybe you're gonna have moments where you're gonna be like, what the fuck is Edward doing? Edward being silly and stuff. And the answer is, well, I think the best way to not have the problem of Edward being silly and ruining the mood is by just not having Edward. So this makes sense. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like from a writing perspective, this makes sense. It is emotional, it's thematic. It's getting me ready for this. That's also something this episode is doing, is that it's making me ready for the end. Because this episode feels like the beginning of the end. It feels like we're saying goodbye to half the cast, and whatever the fuck happens next, like, we're done. Because like the main cast character dynamic is broken now. Like now we're back to episode 1 where we only had Spike and Jet, and like we got to meet Faye like 3 or 4 episodes in. Like it was very early on. So the fact that now she's gone too, I don't know if she's gone fully, right? Because she could just go back like after like a couple hours being like, sorry, I had a moment. But I'm gonna say that like maybe she's just gone. Maybe she's just gone. I don't know. Like she remembered where her home was and she decided to go back to it. It is very interesting that like when she heard, like she met her old classmate, she had like the classmate was like, you won't believe who this is. She is. And then before she could say anything, Faye just said, I'm a ghost. And then she just ran away. I like the idea of referring yourself as a ghost, like something from the past, but you're no longer there anymore. You don't exist anymore, because that person that Faye was doesn't exist anymore. It's a completely different person. I really like that. But the reason why she ran away is very interesting. Like, I'm trying to think about it, and the only thing I can come up with is that she was really confused. Like, she was really confused about like how to feel, what was going on, because she was having this moment where she's trying to remember and she's getting flashes, and then she's about to hear who she was, and then she's like, fuck, I don't want to know. That's too much. It's too much for me to process right now. I'm just gonna run away. And then after she went and like laid in bed for a while, and was like, a day passed, and then she was like, I gotta go back. Like, I remember who I am. I need to go back. I need to go to the place I belong. Because that's the thing, is that she tells Edward, you should go to the place where you belong. Like, if you can figure out where that is, then go to that. Because like the feeling you'll get is unlike anything else, having a place where you belong to. So Faye finally remembered and found where that place was, and Edward did as well, in the form of her dad. We also learned Edward's real name, Francois, I think it's Francois. I think that's what he said. Francois. Sure. I don't know how to pronounce it. Francois. Don't turn Edward into French. Edward's good. Don't fucking do this to Edward. But no, that was good. But we found Edward's dad. And, you know, the thing is that you're wondering, like, is that really her dad or something? But then the longer the episode went, the more apparent it became that this is probably her dad. Because, like, we're not getting some kind of drama with him or anything. The only thing I would get from him is that he's very scatterbrained, which you can see. Like, he doesn't even remember the name of the dude, his assistant, right? Because like when the nun at the orphanage earlier said he forgot he left you in an orphanage, and then he was searching for you for like 7 years. That was a little bit sus. But then the more scenes you get with this character, you realize, no, this guy is just very scatterbrained. He's not necessarily mean-spirited, but he's just all over the place, and he forgets shit, and he doesn't know what the fuck is happening. Because like he's very focused on like a one thing that he has to do, which is drawing the maps, and it's like perfect. And I can imagine that that's probably the reason why he left Edward at the orphanage, maybe because he was like, I gotta go, I have this mission I gotta do, and I'm just gonna leave Edward here being taken care of by other people, and then I'll come back at some point. And then he did, after he forgot about it for a while, and then he was like, well shit, now I gotta try to find where she is. And it's been like 7 years, and finally it happened. And I like that even when it happened, he had this moment, like he didn't feel like very emotional or anything. He was just like, Francois, yeah, come here. And they just started playing like nothing had happened, which is very on brand for him and for Edward, because also we see exactly that this is where Edward came from. It makes a lot of sense that Edward is the way Edward is when you see this man. It's amazing. I love that so much. And they also, like, they made him a badass. Like, fucking Jet and Spike showed up, and they were like, we're gonna take you. And then the dude was like, alright, fucking egg attack. Just completely disable both of them immediately. Both of their guns. I don't know why Spike threw his gun away, because I feel like it got hit with an egg, but I don't know if the egg would actually disable a gun. I think the gun would still work. And then he had a fist fight against Spike. And, like, we know that Spike is a really good fighter. We've seen it. Like, from the first episode, he was really well animated, and more beyond that, we've seen him fight multiple times, and he's really good. He has fought multiple people at once, and he always, like, wins, right? And then he runs into this fucking giga chat of a man who's a fucking stone wall, and it's really good because, like, Spike is doing all this, like very fluid moves, and the dude is literally just standing there being like, no, stop, fuck. And I think there was a moment that I really liked. I'm not sure if this is what it was, but this is the way it looked to me. It's that Spike tried to kick his leg or something, but like, it was like a feint. He wasn't actually going for it. He was trying to feint him and then doing another attack, and the dude didn't buy it. He was just like, no, that's a real pot. This one's the real one. I'm like, oh my god, this man is a fucking Chad. I'm just sitting here like, how the fuck? And like, the moment they did that, I was like, okay, he's good. Because like, the reason why you make this guy so like good, like he's drawing maps, he's a really good fighter. I'm just sitting here like, he's very scatterbrained, which is like a fun thing to have, you know, like a fun character trait. I'm just sitting here like, okay, he's Ed's real father. It's not gonna be like, oh, this guy's actually evil, or maybe Ed's father's actually evil. I'm like, no, he's good. I trust him. So then that's what it was. He met up with Ed again, and then they had a reunion. And then Edward decided to leave. I like that the dude was like, hey, Ed, do you want to come with me? And that Ed didn't know what to do, what to say, which makes sense in decisiveness. This completely makes sense. This is a normal thing. And then I meet you where I fell. And the dude was like, fuck it, gotta go. Let's go. And he didn't say anything. He just left. Because it's also very in character. He's the kind of person that, like, the moment the thing you need to do shows up, he's like, fuck it, let's go do it. He didn't even say anything to Edward. He just went. And he's, like, trusting that whatever Edward comes up with, like Edward's decision, is just going to be Edward's decision. And then Edward decided to leave. Probably thinking about the words that Faye told her. Just, hey, if you find the place you belong to, you should go to it. So Edward just leaves, which... Edward gave Spike like I don't know what to call that thing. I don't know what this is. The spinny thing. I don't know what to call it in English, but like a little fan thing, like a little toy fan. He gave Spike that like a final parting gift and just left, which is very interesting. And Spike put that on the ship, I think, right? I think they put that on the ship. It's not like a navigation thing. I could be wrong. I mean, you can tell the wind from that, but that's it. But then Edward decided to leave, and then Ein felt that, and Ein decided to leave too. Because if there's any character that's spent the most amount of time with Edward, it has been Ein. Mostly because both of them are like comic relief characters, so whenever we see one, we see the other as well. But also we've had adventures with them together. We had the mushroom episode, which is the best episode of the show. So it makes sense. Both of them are just like, we're gonna be together. And I like that Ein is like, I'm gonna follow you. And Ein had a moment where he looked back at the ship and he was like, no, but I'm gonna go to Ed. And then Ed had a moment of, Ein, you can't come here, I'm going very far away, you have to go back to the ship. And then Ein was like, and Ed was like, wait, you want to come with me? And Ein was like, yep. Man, this show is so fucking good. It really is. I'm so emotional over these fucking characters. I've said this before, Edward's my favorite character of the show, so we're not gonna have Edward anymore. Fuck it. I might as well stop watching the show, but I'm gonna continue doing so. The show's very good. But like, man... Like, you get why I feel this way, right? Because I fucking love Edward. I love Ein. And the thing about Faye is really good, too. Because I don't know if Faye's gone forever. But I'm going to say maybe she is. And the reason why is... And like, that's also still an emotional thing. Because Faye finally got to remember who she is. And like, I think her past was that she was there when the Moongate incident happened. Is that what it was? Maybe it wasn't. Okay, maybe it wasn't, but because like the thing that made me think that is that the flashback that we saw, and I could go back to check it. In fact, I'm gonna do that in a second. But what we saw is like she was going in transit to space on like a ship, and I think she was with her family or something. And well, her classmate earlier said that an accident happened, and I was like, what is that? And she didn't say because Faye just ran away. But we saw that flashback, and she's out there in space. And then you see like an explosion happen, like on the ship, like on the back of the ship or something. It's like, okay, that would be fucked up. And then you see the window crack, but the window cracks, and in the window you can see the moon. And I don't think the moon cracked. I think the window cracked. But the fact that on the window you could see the moon and then it cracked makes me think that like the direction of the shot is specifically made so you think that that's actually the moon accident. That's what happened. Because I think the timeline would match up. I think it would. Like, this was like 6 years ago. I think it's kind of around the same time. So if Faye was in orbit in transit when the moon accident happened and she was like a victim of it, and like that entire like vehicle, or maybe only her, maybe she's the only survivor, like, I don't know, fell and she lived somehow, and then she was... Like, why was she put cryogenically frozen? That's a good question. Like, why? What is the point of cryogenic freezing? Because it's not like she had a disease that they had to fix later, or at least not that we know of, because the doctor didn't know jack shit. So what is the purpose? God, there's so many, like, there's still so many questions to have about that, and she might be gone. Fuck, dude. Maybe she's not gone. Maybe that's why. Maybe she's not gone. We'll see in the final 2 episodes. We're gonna get mysteries revealed about the Moongate accident and Faye Valentine and just a bunch of shit. But man, this show is just putting so many things in place, and I'm just sitting here like, bro, just connect them. Just give me the information. God, I have so many questions. But it's so good though. So her memories. She's in space. She's looking at the moon and smiling from out the window. An explosion happens on the ship, and you do see the moon crack on the window. Okay, so I don't know if the direction of that is meant for you to think that that's the moon accident happening, or if that's just to tell you that that was before the moon accident because you see the moon is still intact. But something that I was kind of left hung up with is the fact that after that happens, she just straight up runs, and she runs into Spike, and she looks like distraught. And like, sure, that makes sense. She just I'm guessing she just remember everything. She just remember her entire life. She had the distraught look on her face, and it's like, okay, you're just get hit with a wave of everything. Sure, I believe it. But, and then she just said, I'm sorry, and ran away. And it can just be a thing of like, I'm sorry I bumped into you. I'm sorry I've been such a like mess and like a freeloader in a way. Like I've been so like complicated to deal with. Like, sorry I've been the way that I am. Or sorry I'm about to leave. But it could also be, and this is what I was thinking, it could be like, I'm sorry I caused the moon accident. Like something like that. Like we don't know what happened then, but she just remembers something and then she just freaked out and run. And it could just be a thing of like, she just remembered her life. Sure. And then she was like, oh fuck, there's a lot to take in right now. And then she just was like distraught. And then she was like, maybe I need to go back. But I'm thinking that maybe she remembered the moon accident happening. She was right there. And maybe she feels like somewhat responsible for it. And if that's the case, then she would feel guilty. And she would be like, I'm sorry. She just freaks out and runs, and she runs into someone and she's like, I'm sorry, and just runs away. That would be really interesting. I would love that. That would make such good drama. God. I don't know what that is though. I don't know exactly what she remembered. But at least, and the important thing that's relevant to this episode, and maybe in general, is just the fact that she remembered her origin. She remembered her home. And she just went there and laid there. Yeah, the final thing that we see of Faye is her just... Well, it's interesting because she drew like a rectangle. And I don't know what that's meant to be. I mean, maybe that's meant to be like this was the porch of the house. No, this was my bed. That's what she did. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, it's kind of sad. So the rectangle she drew... I'm looking at the layout of the building. That was a bedroom. Like, absolutely. She definitely drew one rectangle. She might have drawn more than one. And I think that's her remembering the way the house used to look. She remembered the layout of the bedroom. And then she was like, here was a drawer. Here was a shelf. Here was my bed. And then she just laid on what used to be her bed. God, that's kind of sad. Fuck. God, that just hit me. And I felt it. Oh my god. This shot looks really sad. The shot where she's sitting there and laying down. Because it's completely empty. There's nothing left. She just drew a rectangle. And now she's completely alone in it. The fact that she looks so tiny just to signify that like everything's gone and she's alone. So for someone that like maybe doesn't get it, there is that scene where Spike are just and Jet are just eating the eggs. And like that looks a little bit funny, a little bit goofy of them just swallowing full eggs. And you might be wondering, why are they doing this? Why are they ruining the emotion of the scene? And the answer is because if you look at the shot, there's 4 plates with eggs in them because they prepare eggs for 4 people. And then as the shot goes on and you see Ed and Faye leaving, you see that they start eating the eggs from the other 2 plates that they set. They finish their own eggs and then they're just starting eating the eggs from the other 2 because it's almost like they're slowly realizing that they're not going to come back. And like, it looks a little bit goofy, but like if you pay attention to it, that's exactly the kind of shit that Cowboy Bebop does, and it's so fucking good. God damn it, this episode's so good. The final fucking full... Well, everything about it is so good. Like the only thing that like didn't matter that much is going into the orphanage. That was like the first like 2 minutes, and then everything else, like Faye's classmates showing up and fucking Faye remembering everything, and then Edward and Edward's dad and Edward leaving and Faye leaving, and the final scene. And fuck, Cowboy Bebop's so good. Cowboy Bebop's so fucking good, dude. I'm so into this fucking goddamn show. God damn it, I want to watch the movie. Because, like, I haven't said this properly before, but, like, October's looking so fucking messed up for me. Because it's looking so busy. Because I want to watch fucking Chainsaw Man as soon as it comes out, and it's gonna come out, like, on the top of everything. And I gotta watch Chainsaw Man. I kind of want to watch Bleach. I need to watch the Doctor Who special that's about to come out, and the previous special that I didn't have time to record. I gotta finish Buffy season 2. I gotta finish fucking Cowboy Bebop. I don't have time to watch the goddamn fucking movie, but I want to watch it. Fuck my life. Oh my god. I'm really hungry. I'm just gonna go. I'm just having a meltdown here on camera because I'm very emotional right now. This is one of the best episodes of the show, dude. I fucking love this episode. I love face. I just realized that if you say face, it doesn't sound like you're saying Faye as a name. Face. When she's encountering Spike, she just came out of the shower. She looks so distraught. I fucking love that. She also looks like her old self because when her hair is down like that, like, because usually she has her hair up like this with like a headband or something. It's not a headband, whatever you call that thing in English. In this shot, she has her hair down, like her front bang down, and it looks like her old self, and it's really good. Okay, I'm just gonna go. This episode was just amazing. Everything about it. I'm not ready for the show to end, but it's happening anyway. Whether we like it or not, time moves onward. And that's gonna be it for this episode of Cowboy Bebop. Thank you so much for watching it. And if you would like to watch the end to Cowboy Bebop, you can already do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. You can watch the next 2 episode reactions already. Oh boy, I'm not ready. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check out my social media, my Twitch stream. I've been reacting to YouTuber videos on my second channel. I'm just gonna go. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.